Hi guys, welcome back. I am Stu and this is Geoffrey Gardens for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. A large garden park needs turning into a thriving theme park. Your objective to have at least 2,000 guests in your park at the end of October, year 4, with a park rating of at least 600. So here's the park. Then let's turn off scenery for a moment just to see the outlines. There's a nice large path. Paths already done. There's a lot of scenery down as well, so that'll act as a boost, for an excitement boost for any rides that we put on or near the scenery. Okay, so we're charging for our entry then, so that'll mean we've got free rides. So for that then, I think the rides that we put down, at least at the start, are going to be very cheap and cheerful, very quick designs if we're building coasters. I'm going to want to put down a lot of flat rides as well. So let's see what rides we've got. Oh, great stuff. We've got some decent flat rides. These ones here, we can chuck them down quite quickly, because the idea is, at the moment, the guests probably won't pay a lot of money to come into the park. But if we put a load of these rides down very quickly, they will pay 40 or 50 pounds to come in. Not a bad selection of coasters to begin with. These ones are all pretty simple to build. A few throw rides, nothing great. Some water rides and some shops. Not a great selection, but not bad all the same. I think then, all things considered, I'm going to put my research into shops, because we've got quite a long scenario. So let's get the shops out of the way first. I think what I'll do is I'll put the entrance up to say 50, and then I'll start building a nice entrance section here, put a lot of shops and seating areas, and then put some flat rides as well. I'll get rid of this bridge, so I don't like that. I'm going to get rid of that. I'll take it all the way back to the beginning. That way then the guests are only able to stay in this area here, so they're not going to go wandering off. And then what I'll do is, as I'm expanding then into the rest of the park, I'll use no entry signs to control where the guests can and can't go. So probably down here be the easiest way to go after building on top. That way then we won't have guests wandering all over the park, getting maybe lost or just not spending money, because there's no point in having guests wandering down here if all our shops and things are up here. So I'm going to crack on with the building then, and I'll see you in a bit. It is April, year 1, so I've built quite quickly then. Got some shops and seating areas, got a few rides. Guests are paying 50 to come in. They were coming in even before I built the rides, although I think I did have a warning saying that my entrance fee was a bit too expensive. So they'll continue to pay that. The only thing you've got to watch out for is you might win an award for the worst value park, and that could affect your park rating, and which can then in turn affect the amount of guests coming into your park. But so far so good. Guests are coming in. They're paying a decent sum of money to come in, because what I don't want is, I don't want to charge less money. So say if I was only charging 10 or 20 pounds for them to come in, then that way then all the guests that come in have only paid that much money. So the game will limit the amount of new guests coming in, because the game rates your park and it says, right, this park is worth this many hundreds of guests, so we're only going to give you that many. And then as guests leave, then new ones come in. So if we've got a park full of guests that have only paid £10 to come in, then we're going to lose guests, lose potential revenue from guests that would pay more. So I'm going to crack on with the building then, maybe build a coaster soon. But yeah, this level, I can't see us having any problems with it. It is May, year 1, so we've got our first coaster down then. We've got a wooden wild mouse. Good excitement on that. So I've expanded now down into this section, so that's where I've got the no entry signs. So I'm going to build then something around here and maybe this side, because I don't want the guests wandering any further. So it's just a case of building in the areas where you are, expanding but controlling where the guests go. And if we can continue doing that, we shouldn't have any issues. It is October year 1, so we've expanded down this side. Then we've got a couple of pirate ships, we've got bumper boats, we've got a wooden coaster. So this is our second coaster. Good excitement on there. We've got a twist just underneath. So yeah, nothing too fancy with this, because we're not going to earn profit off the actual rides themselves. The money's all going to come from entrance fee and shop sales. The money we will make profit wise on roller coasters will be for photo sections, so it's always good to include one if they're available. So it's quite a simple design, it's not going to take a while. We just need to make it long enough and exciting enough to get a good rating, so that the guests will come in and go on there, get them off the paths and onto the rides. So we filled this section now, so it's time to expand into a new area. Again, I'll use the no entry signs. The only problem with that is, where's he gone? I haven't bothered zoning the workers. So there was one wandering around here. The workers ignore the no entry signs, which is fine. That's what would happen in a real park, but it is a bit of a pain when you're not zoning, and there's too many paths on this for me to bother zoning. So what I'll do is, if we do get any trouble areas, then I'll zone, but other than that, I'll just hire some, because we shouldn't have any issues with money. So I'll just hire staff as and when we need them. It is June year 2, so we've got a Virginia reel just down here. Is that like a nice little graveyard just over here? Broken down. Oh, there you go. It's good timing. Good excitement though. So this is the one that goes over the graveyard. So it's called Graveyard Shift. And then just up here, then we've got a dinghy ride. Not bad excitement on this one. So just using a mixture of open and closed tubes so the guests don't fall out. As long as you stop them falling off and dying, you should be alright. And another chain lift up here just to take it up, give it another dip, a few more bends and back to the station. Got a observation tower and a Ferris wheel. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to include as many different types of rides as I can. We've got 1100 guests. Scenario wants 2000. So we haven't even got halfway yet, but we've already got halfway to the scenario goal. So we should be fine with this. Some more seating areas just here, either sides of the shops. Because I'm getting ready to expand now just down into this section of the park. So I think this space here with the water, that'll be a nice spot for a roller coaster, and the trees and the water will give a nice excitement boost to whatever I build there. But yeah, this is fairly straightforward. I think as long as you control where the guests can go, you should be fine. It is October year 2, so I've just finished a mini coaster then. It's just on test. And we've got a nice junior coaster just over here. Good excitement for that. So it just goes up and around in a bit and then comes up onto this hill up here. And then the mini coaster. Has the excitement come back yet? Nope. I like this bit here. It just crests. It's just going fast enough to make it. So what I figure is, if it's just going fast enough to make it without guests, it should go a little faster through there when guests are on there, because the guests are going to make the cars heavier. So it should take it, the momentum should take it over that little crest fine. But I'll have to, when I open this ride, I'll have to keep an eye on that just to make sure, because I don't want it rolling back and crashing. Because we've been an accident-free park for 2 years now since we took over, so that's good. It is June year 3, so earlier in the year I switched my research onto roller coasters. So I built this suspended swinging roller coaster here. Originally, see this section here, it carried on going straight. and I had very low excitement. It was about a 3, something like that. So I added this little hairpin section as well, just to give it a bit of lateral G's, because I figured maybe this roller coaster needs a little higher lateral G in order for it to be more exciting, because with some roller coasters you have to fulfill certain criteria in order to get excitement bonuses, otherwise it penalizes you. So as soon as I added this then and the results came back, it came back with decent excitement, so it was a 6. So it went up from 3 to around 6. So that's something for me to remember for the future. But we're doing okay now. We're expanding into other areas as well. We've got a mine train just here. So we've got the chain lift, first dip, down, up. There you go, on a nice fast section going over and under itself. A few twists and turns and things. And then there's a little brake section there. And a block brake, and then it goes back to the station. Good excitement on that. One thing I'm doing as well is I want to simplify the pathing. Now this, I don't like that bridge there, so I'll probably get rid of that. What I'll probably do is just have a slope going down to the main path and then a slope going up to that one. That way then you haven't got guests on the top wanting to get down to the bottom, and you haven't got guests on the bottom wanting to get up to the top. So yeah, but this scenario is pretty straightforward. We're almost on 1600 guests. We've got over another year to go. We only need, is it 2,100 or 2,000 guests? So we only need about 400 more guests and we'll do this no problem. But yeah, we've got loads of space for roller coasters just down here, and we're unlocking some pretty cool ones. So it's just a case of building coasters. We've got loads of money, just building coasters. The guests will come and we'll pass the scenario. It is October year 3, so just over a year to go then. We've got just under 1900 guests, so only another 100 to go then. Got a stand-up twister just here, so first dip into a Cobra Roll, little barrel roll, around the bend, loop, nice turnaround, and back to the station via a brake run and a block brake. Good excitement on that. And then just over here then we've got a wild mouse. So some nice interactions with the mine train, a lot of dips, a lot of bends and things. Good excitement on that as well. So yeah, it's just a case of little seating area just down there with some nice coffee and a hot dog, and grab yourself a seat on this little island. Nice. And yeah, so just a case of just carry on building. I can see that I'm going to have to use fast forward maybe sometime during year 2. Got another nice seating area just down there, so I've used posts and the sort of canvas roof to make a little nice little building there. Yeah, so I've got a little space here to build a few coasters, but after that then, I mean, that'll take me a few months. After that then I might just either drop some more shops down or something, but I'll probably end up fast forwarding a bit because we've almost completed this. It's been a fairly straightforward scenario. As long as you control where the guests go, you shouldn't have any issues. It is April year 4. We've switched off research then because we don't need anything more. We've got space for another coaster there. We've got a few coasters left that we haven't used. So I've reused my arc twister then. There's a tutorial video in the tutorial sections on how to build that. Once it warms up, it can shift a lot of guests. It's a Mobius coaster, so it runs 2 trains and they go up, do the Cobra Roll and then back to the opposite station. And then just here then we've got a vertical drop coaster, up the chain lift, down the dip, 2 loops, turns around, goes back through the loops, so again a good excitement bonus from them. So it's sort of a double whammy because you get the bonus for going through the loops and then you get the bonus for having track going through the loops as well. So that's pretty cool. So good excitement on that. Little brake run at the back and then back to the station. Yeah, so we've done the 2,000 guest target. We've got a few months left now, so I could probably fit something just down by here, and then after that then I think we'll just run it on fast forward until the end. But yeah, the scenarios, it's okay. It's all right. It's not the hardest scenario, but you know, as long as you plod along at a decent pace, you should do it no problem. It is October year 4, so I've just finished off with a hyper twister. Then we can watch this going around. So this one is it's a lot bigger than all the other coasters. So with this one, because it's a pay entry park, we usually go fairly cheap and cheerful with the rides, because we don't want to go overboard, because we're never going to get the money back for the rides because they're paying for the entry. But it was the last coaster we're going to build in the park, so I figured we'd go for something fairly big, and it's turned out pretty good, I think. A brake section and back to the station. So this is coaster number 13. Good excitement for that. Decent airtime, nearly 7 seconds. It's not bad for a ride that's only 1.5 minutes long. Yeah, so and some good interactions with the other riders. That boosted it. There you go. So because it goes over the other ride, so we'll give that a little bit of a boost as well. So this was Geoffrey Gardens, and quick reminder of the goal: 2,000 guests by October year 4. So and of course the rating of 600, but rating that's always pretty easy. So the rating's up on maximum. It's been on maximum for quite some time. So when we came in, then we didn't have any rides or anything, didn't have any shops. It was just pathing and some scenery. So there was a bridge going across to this section here. I got rid of that because what I wanted to do was the main thing for this park, and any park where you've got paths already laid, is to control where the guests can and can't go. So getting rid of that path immediately means that the guests can only go in this area up here. So built the path, then added shops and some seating areas, built a lot of flat rides. We're charging £50 a go for the entry, so guests were more than happy to pay for that. Built this little wooden wild mouse just down here, and then after that then we expanded down into this area. So we've got the wooden coaster just here, and I think I forgot to show off the wooden mine train here, the wild mine train. So again, very similar to the wild mouse. These are slightly different graphics and obviously different cars, but the actual build of them very similar. So good excitement on that. So we built the wooden coaster. After that then, again, case of controlling where the guests can't go, so we were using no entry signs to stop them wandering off. Got a twist there, pirate ships, got bumper boats just down here, dropped a few seating areas as well earlier in the game, and then just over, it's broken down again. This was broken down when I was going to show it the first time, but and now it's broken down again. So where's the mechanic? Okay, so if you click on him, where is he? He's all the way over there. So what do you do? Oh, he was there. Oh no, that was a rookie mistake, wasn't it? I thought he was somewhere else. But if the mechanic that's going to the ride is too far away, what you can do is you can pick him up with the tweezers, and the game will automatically call another mechanic. So if that one's a little bit closer, then that's quite handy. I've just messed that up there though, so let's forget about that. And then what we did, we expanded then into this section. We built the tube ride and the Ferris wheel and the observation tower, because I wanted to go for a variety of rides. And then we expanded down here with the over here then with the mini coaster and the junior coaster. By this point then we'd switched our research into roller coasters from shops that we researched at the start. Then we did the suspended swinging, that little ugly bend there. The only reason that's there is because it came back with a 3 excitement. I added that ugly bend just here, great timing, and it went up to 6 excitement. So this ride obviously needs some decent lateral G's. Then we built the mine ride over here, lots of dips and some fast sections as well. We've got a wild mouse just there, stand-up twister. We've got a vertical drop coaster. We've got the arc twister just there. I'm going to get offended if people don't go on it. Well, they liked it anyway. I think it's great too. It's just the thing with this ride is it's got such high capacity that unless the park is really busy, you're never going to get full lines for it, because at the moment 2,000 and the queues are empty. When it's warmed up, if you've got a busy park, you can easily get 7,000 plus on that ride. And then we finished off with the hyper twister just here. Good excitement on that. So the scenario then, it's not bad, quite enjoyable. Probably didn't need to be 4 years long. It would have been more challenging if it was only 3. You'd have to have really pulled your finger out and cracked on with the building if it was. But on the whole, it was pretty good. There's a lot of scenery down, working with the paths that's already there. That's the challenge, I suppose, for this one, is controlling where the guests can and can't go. I suppose that's the theme, and I've mentioned that so many times now. But yeah, control them, and you're fine, because if they all go off wandering, then you're going to end up getting stuck then, because they're going to get lost, or they're not going to be spending money in the shops and things like that. And controlling what you're spending money on as well, because you don't want to blow too much cash on a big ride, because you're never going to make the money back. And we've done it. Ooh! And that was Geoffrey Gardens. Fantastic. Okay, so Terror Town. Ooh, that sounds good, doesn't it? Fantastic. Right, so yeah, so we're on the last tier now. We're working our way through the final parks of the initial scenarios, then of the 95 scenarios that come with it. Oops, someone's beeping their own outside. I don't know if you could hear that. So what I thought I'd do is, after we complete all those scenarios, there's it unlocks the scenario that's on the front of the menu. When you load the game up, it shows this huge mega park. When you complete the scenarios, it unlocks that. So what I thought I'd do is, after we've unlocked everything and when we've completed everything, I'll do a video on that, just having a tour of it. There's nothing really to play on it, but I thought it'd be interesting to have a look around, seeing how things are built and how things work, and maybe there's some things we can learn from it as well. And maybe I could answer some questions whilst I'm doing that. So if there's any questions, don't have to be related to Roller Coaster Tycoon, just pop them in the comment section, and I can save them for that video. But until then, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I am Stu, and I'll see you next time. Bye.